You're listening to the Spirited Entrepreneur Podcast, a show that's dedicated to cultivating intention, awareness, and flow in business and life. Join your host, Nicole Harlow, and other like-minded business owners in the Spirited Entrepreneur community over at www.thesepodreview.com.
I saw the sun.
Hi, and welcome to the Spirited Entrepreneur Podcast. This is your host, Nicole Harlow. Today we're going to be taking a journey, a meditation journey, with the hopes of decluttering your mind and creating some more space. So get yourself into a comfortable position, either seated or possibly lying on your bed or lying on the floor on a yoga mat. Make sure that you are warm and comfortable. And when you're in a space where you can relax and unwind, gently close your eyes. And what we start off with is taking the attention to the breath. Observing the breath as it cycles in and out through the nostrils. Down the back of the throat, into the lungs, and back out again to the nostrils. Allowing this to be the anchor point for today. The place where we enter into the mindful consciousness that we attempt to cultivate in meditation. Allowing each new breath to be ever so slightly deeper than the one previously. Deep breathing stimulates the relaxation response in the body. And the deeper that you breathe more evenly and fully, you're giving your body the signal that it's okay to relax. It's okay to not be on guard. It's okay to just sink into the chair, to sink into the bed, or to sink onto the floor. And so we start with the physical of just observing the breath and allowing that to be the entry point that moves us into a deeper practice. And I'd like you to let go of your focus on the breath and now take your attention into your mind. So, what is the quality of your mind like right now? And what are the quality of your thoughts? Do you get a sense of whether there's a feeling of agitation, stress, a feeling of, or an experience of repetitive thoughts, repetitive thinking, or even a negative feedback loop? Or you might be experiencing pleasant thoughts, a sense of calm, a sense of peace. Or you may be experiencing hardly any thoughts at all and feel the spacious, vast container of the mind filling with bliss. But for now, just observing. Observing what's going on in the mind. And what are the qualities of the thoughts? Now that you have a better sense of the quality of your thoughts, of the feeling inside of your mind, we'll start to practice creating some space, decluttering your mind, if you will. And I'd like you to focus on, this may be a little bit difficult at first, but with practice, it will become easier. But I'd like you to focus on the spaces in between thoughts. So you don't have to force yourself to not think thoughts. You can just sit here, and thoughts they have a way of just barging in. And until your mind is really, really trained at a very high meditation level, I haven't achieved this in my own personal practice. If you're at a very, very, very high level, then yes, you probably can keep thoughts from barging in for some time, but right now we're going to focus on just creating a little bit of space in between thoughts. So just allow yourself to sit here for a few minutes, just sitting peacefully. As a thought comes in, which invariably it will, as the thought comes in, observe the thought, and then look for the pause in between the space when the thought arrives and before the next thought pops into your mind. Focus on this space here. And as we go through the practice, imagine that you can widen the space in between the thoughts. Taking some time here just to practice widening the space and observing the space in between the thoughts. Drifted from the task, just gently bringing it back to the task at hand, which is observing the thoughts as they come in, noticing the space, the pause right after one thought before the next one arrives. With practice, it will become more apparent to feel the pause, that little bit of space in between the thoughts. And that's really part of what the purpose of meditation is. It's not even necessarily to get to a place of no thought, but it's getting to a place where you can observe the space, the spaciousness in between the thoughts, sitting and watching, rather than getting caught up in the thoughts. Now, shifting focus slightly, imagine that you had a broom And I like you to visualize sweeping through your brain, sweeping through the mind, and just dusting away, sweeping away the thoughts, the cobwebs, the repetitive thoughts, and the negative thoughts. Imagine if you could take your broom, your magic broom, and go through, sweeping away, creating space, creating a sense of cleanliness and order all throughout the brain, sweeping from left to right, front to back. The thoughts, like dust particles, fly out away from your brain. See your mind getting clearer and clearer as you figuratively sweep and dust away the clutter, the unnecessary thoughts, the thoughts that are holding you back. Putting your broom away, imagine that a breeze, a light, cool breeze, blows its way through the mind and clears out those last little bits of thought dust, of negativity, of anything that's still decluttering your brain. Imagine that the breeze sweeps and swirls around the mind, picking up the last particles and blowing them right out through the head, out on their way, leaving behind a brain, a mind, clear, sparkling, spacious, not full of clutter, not full of extraneous, unnecessary thoughts, not full of thoughts that will veer you from your path, from your journey as a human. Spend some time here bathing in the brilliance of your mind, of a clear mind. Notice the quality of the thoughts. Are they any different to the thoughts when you started? Has anything changed, even subtly? Cultivating a sense of openness, of spaciousness in the mind. That the positive thoughts are free to float and roam and swim through the mind. Unrestricted by the blockages that were there before. Taking 3 final deep breaths together, in and out through the nostrils. Blowing out with the nostrils any last remnants of clutter, any last negativity. You might even want to just let out a big, deep sigh. When you feel ready, just gently opening the eyes and allowing a smile to play over your lips. Concluding our practice together. I hope you enjoyed today's decluttering and clearing away meditation. It's certainly a visualization that I really appreciate, of just taking that broom up to my mind and sweeping away all those unnecessary cluttering thoughts. Before I run off today, I just wanted to update you about a few things. The first is that there is a thriving digital community aspect of this podcast. It's a place for you to meet other spirited entrepreneurs like yourself, find an accountability partner, get inspired, and share your business. You'll find your invitation, as well as other details about the show, on thesepodreview.com. Secondly, I would love to invite you to subscribe to this podcast and leave a review. Once you've left your review, take a screenshot of it and email the screenshot to thesepodreview@gmail.com. And you'll be automatically entered into a monthly contest to win a Spirited Entrepreneur gift pack. You can find any additional instructions about how to subscribe and leave a review, plus show notes, how to submit a question, recommend a guest, or contact me at thesepod.com. And you can also find me on Twitter at HeyNicoleHarlow. The Spirited Entrepreneur podcast is sponsored by the folks over at Audible. They have been really generous and have offered an audiobook of your choice completely free to all listeners of the show. A book that I think really ties in beautifully with the theme of today's meditation is Practicing Mindfulness: An Introduction to Meditation. To download your free copy of Practicing Mindfulness today, go to audibletrial.com/spirited. Again, that's audibletrial.com/spirited, and download Practicing Mindfulness or choose from one of the 180,000 titles available. You can also find show notes for today's show at thesepod.com/episodes/006. This is Nicole Harlow, and until next time, have a great day.